guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a Q&A, and I'm so excited because I've gotten some really good questions. I posted a picture on my Instagram this morning. I asked you guys to ask me any question you want, some really juicy questions, and I have a ton. If you guys do want me to do a part 2, leave a comment down below and let me know, or just give this video a thumbs up so that I know that you want to see more Q&As. But I will definitely answer as many as I can, and if there are any that are just like repetitive, I will make sure to answer those because obviously a lot of you guys are curious. Also, how cute is this little headband? I actually bought it for Vegas. I think I showed it in my Vegas vlog, and it's from Forever 21. It's just like a little silky bandana, and I ended up not wearing it in Vegas, but then I actually watched Casey Holmes, like one of her recent makeup tutorials, because she is my girl. She doesn't know it, but she's my girl. And she was totally rocking like a red bandana in her hair, and I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot I even had that. So I'm like totally copying Casey Holmes right now with the red bandana vibes, but you know, girls got style. Let's just go ahead and dive into the questions because I feel like this is going to be a pretty long video. I'm going from says the top comments. So my girlfriend Bits of Bree, hi Bree. She says, if you could open a business, what type of business would you want to run? It's really funny. So I had this idea probably like, I don't know, 5 or 10 years ago. I had an idea that I wanted to open a business of like women's, you guys are going to totally copy this and someone's going to open this store, but whatever. I'm obviously not doing it. So it was pretty much, I wanted to open a store where it would be women's swimsuits. You would have like a consultation. So you'd go in a room and they would like measure you perfectly. We would have like computers all around, and then you would like look through patterns, look through material and all this stuff, and you would be able to pretty much like pick out what pattern, what colors you like, what material you want your swimsuit to be, and then you could pick out the style, like if you want a halter, or if you want like sweetheart or triangle, whatever, or if you want like a one piece, whatever, and you could like literally design your own swimsuit, and then you would have it made. Like you would pick out everything you want, and then at the end the stylist would put in your exact size because they measured you, and then they would make it for you. Like, I just thought that was a really cool idea. I don't know if they have anything like that, and I don't think they do, or at least I've never heard of anything like that, but that would be so cool, right? Because people, I feel like swimsuits are super hard to shop for, and if you could have one that was literally like made for you, why not? Katie Sylvie, hey Katie. Here's a question that I relate to so closely, and I think it's important for other women to hear. What is it like being married to a man who is so different from you? You love clothes and makeup and fashion and the camera, and he loves his basketball shorts and flip-flops and no camera. So that is very true. Alex and I are literally complete opposites. I think the only thing that we're like similar in would be how we're both kind of laid back. I feel like our personalities are similar. He makes me laugh so much and I make him laugh so much. We love to prank each other. We love to joke around with each other. We're both kind of chill and laid back. We're not high-strung people. And so I think that is pretty much really what connected us and keeps us connected. But as far as like outer appearance, that's where really we are complete opposites. It can be difficult for sure because we don't see eye to eye on a lot of things, but I feel like the important things we do see eye to eye, especially when it comes to like raising Cam. We are totally on the same page, which I think is amazing, and it's been very easy to raise Camden with Alex because of that. I think it works. Obviously it's working for us. I think that opposites attract, and I've always thought that. It's fun to be with someone who isn't like you because you learn new things. Like I've learned so much through Alex, and I feel like I've changed a lot for the better because of him, and I feel like the same way for him. He's changed a lot because of me for the better. So I feel like you can really learn from each other, grow together, and it doesn't get boring. It's like, you know, I feel like if you're with someone who is exactly the same as you, it's just like vanilla. All right, Jenny Forgaskell. It seems like I'm answering all of my like people that I know's questions because I'm going from the like I went all the way to the top and it just says top comments, and I think the new algorithm of Instagram is putting top comments with people like you follow that like you're friends with. So that's just how I'm reading them. So I know a lot of these people that I'm reading off the top. But Jenny Forgaskell, who is Cam's favorite girlfriend? I know you have redheads in your family, so I think he'd lean that way, right? Asking for a friend. Well, I'm gonna have to say Tegan. He loves his little redhead, but shh, don't tell any of his other girlfriends. He will get so mad at me. Lindsay Viscami asks, for those who are considering starting a YouTube channel, mommy vlogs, what advice would you give and how did you learn to navigate YouTube and the editing software? Did someone teach you or did you figure it out on your own? Okay, so I figured it out on my own. Honestly, I used Movie Maker at first because that came with my laptop and it was horrible. And I don't recommend using it unless you absolutely have to. And at that time, I absolutely had to. I couldn't afford buying, you know, expensive editing software, so I just used what I had and it worked. But it took a long, long time for me to edit and upload because of the program. So now I use Power Director. I love it. It's cheap. It's on Amazon. I'll link it down below if you guys want to check it out. But I taught myself pretty much just by looking up YouTube videos and like learning how to do certain things. It wasn't that hard. It was pretty easy to learn. What advice would you give for those considering starting a YouTube channel? Go for it. Like, don't hesitate, don't wait, just do it. Just start your channel and go full force and be consistent. I think that is key, and everyone says that because that is key. You have to upload frequently, you have to be consistent. Otherwise, people forget about you and your channel doesn't go anywhere, and then you give up because you're like, oh, it's not growing, I'm done. And just be consistent and be yourself and have fun with it. And I think that's probably the best advice. Our embryo adoption journey asks, I don't know if you mentioned this in any of your past videos, but would you ever consider IVF to get pregnant? And if so, how long trying naturally before pursuing it? I know you mentioned IUI before. Yes, I would do IVF if I had to. If that was the only way that I was able to get pregnant, I would do it. As far as like how long, I don't know. I really, really, really want to get pregnant, you guys. You know, Camden is over 2 now. And I really want him and his sibling to be, you know, close in age so that they are close growing up. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm really, really hoping this year that I can get pregnant naturally or with Clomid or something like that. But I would definitely consider IVF if that was my only options. Lindsay Pasco asks, have you gone to the doctor to find out if you have PCOS? Not yet, but I do plan to. I'm going to wait out this cycle and, you know, because we're trying this cycle naturally, and if it doesn't work, I am going to make an appointment, probably with a specialist, just to do some testing and to figure out if I have PCOS, because I think I do. Miranda Desolette1 asks, do you have any unusual hidden talents? I'm really, really good at song lyrics, and any one of my friends will tell you the same. I literally can, like, I know every single song lyric of every single song. Well, okay, not every single song. Like, I'm not really good with rap. All the 90s songs, probably all the songs from the 2000s. I'm really good at like 60s, 70s, and 80s songs. So if there's like a random song that just like comes on the radio or comes on in the store or something like that, I just start singing it, and I'll be with someone and they're like, how do you know that? Like, I've never heard this song in my life. Is this elevator music? Songs just stick in my head and I just know the lyrics to everything. And I should definitely be on that show, like, Don't Forget the Lyrics or something like that. I would totally win. I don't even know if that's a talent, but I'm just gonna say it is. Lorraine KXO asks, what's your favorite drink and your favorite food? Okay, favorite drink, I'm gonna assume that you're talking about alcoholic drink, because other than that, I just drink like water pretty much. So I will tell you my favorite alcoholic beverage. And you guys know that I like to drink, so I love red wine, and I really love like all red wine. I'm not really, really picky on red wine. But my favorite like cocktail would definitely be a margarita on the rocks with extra salt. But I'm also a whiskey girl, so I can down a whiskey and Coke like no other. Like, I love my whiskey. And my favorite food is, this is so hard. I love Asian food. I'm probably gonna pick Asian food. Like, I love sushi, I love Chinese food, and I love Thai food. But I also really love seafood. I'm a Maryland girl. I love crab. I love lobster. I love French fries. French fries, like dipped in honey mustard, dipped in ranch. I love pizza. Like, pretty much the worst stuff that you can eat, I love. Jessica Adams asks, who are your favorite people to watch on YouTube? Besides, like, my girlfriends on YouTube, like the ones that I just went to Vegas with, because I watch all their videos. I love KK and Baby J. I love Casey Holmes. And sometimes I watch the Ace Family. The new mom asks, if you were to get any cosmetic procedure, what would you choose to do? I would get my boobs done. And hopefully after I'm finished having kids, I'm gonna get them done because I want to and I plan to. And I would love to get my lips done because they are small and I would like them just a little more plump. Jessica Nicole Faust asks, how do you deal with haters or trolls on the internet, especially being a mom vlogger? I feel like there's a lot of opinionated people out there on how you raise your children. Well, that is very true, and it can be definitely hard. You know, you do one thing and then everyone just comes and attacks you for it because they think that they're doing it the right way and that you're doing it the wrong way. And the truth is, no one is doing it the wrong way and no one is doing it the right way. There is no wrong and right way to raise your own children. There is just your way. For the most part, I just ignore the comment because it really doesn't make a difference in my life. It's just someone who doesn't really know me, but they think they do. And they have something to say. And at the end of the day, they're the ones who have issues in their life, not me. And there's something going on in their life that they're not happy with. And so they have to take it out on someone else that they don't even know. And that is the truth. For any of you trolls watching this, I know you don't want to hear it, but I'm sorry for what you're going through. And I hope that your life gets better. And I really do. And I'm not trying to be an asshole. I really hope that your life gets better because obviously you're going through something. Because honestly, people who come at other people and who have mean things to say and who want to gossip about other people and put them down, they themselves aren't happy. It's going to take a lot for the trolls to get to me. And I hope that never happens. But honestly, like, if you read something that's hateful or an insult or mean, ignore it because you know it's not true. And even if that person thinks it is true, who cares? Who cares? It's just one measly little person that doesn't mean anything to you. They don't even know what they're talking about, so it's just kind of silly. A lot of the times I read, you know, a hateful comment from a troll, a lot of the times I laugh. Like, I'll just chuckle and like just keep reading or delete it or whatever. Because it's just silly and it, you know, it's comical. NJ Van's Shake says Yanni or Laurel, LOL. I listened to it this morning because my mom sent it to me in a text message and I heard Yeri. Grace Hundary asks, did you breastfeed Camden? If so, what was your experience like? I did not breastfeed Camden because he would not latch. I tried everything. I went to a lactation consultant and I used the nipple shield. Like, I used everything you can think of. And I tried for weeks and it just wouldn't work. So I ended up exclusively pumping for 7 months, which was super hard. And I probably won't ever do that again. So if my next baby does not latch, which I'm hoping and praying that my next baby latches because I would love to breastfeed. But if they don't latch, I am not going to exclusively pump. I will pump, but I'm also going to supplement just because exclusively pumping is hell. It is so hard. And I did it for 7 months straight because I felt guilty if I didn't. Honestly, I had mom guilt totally. Like, I was like, I have to give my baby my breast milk. Like, that's what's best for my baby. And now that I've had my first baby and like I understand that he's gonna be or she's gonna be fine no matter what, I would totally supplement and pump my second time around if the baby does not breastfeed. Katrina Shell asks, how do you feel about Cam growing up and dating? I have a 7-month-old little boy and I'm dreading it. Oh my gosh, you have no idea. Like, I think about this all the time and I'm like, no, like, he's mine. He's my little boy. But I think he's gonna grow up to be such a sweet man, such a sweet boy, a gentleman. We're gonna raise him to be one. And you know, I've thought about everything. I've thought about him when he starts dating. I thought about his wedding, like, a lot. I've thought about the wedding a lot. Am I crazy? But I'm excited for him just to like feel love and have love and be in love and get married, and I'm excited for those times. I mean, I can wait a long time, but I'm just, you know, I want him just to be so happy. Sydney Mel 01 asks, what would you tell your 16-year-old self? To be more careful with who you trust, because when I was 16, I was like a wild child. I had tons of fun with my friends in high school, but I probably partied a little too much. I'd probably tell myself to like tone it down. But I had fun. I had so much fun. I don't really regret much. I would tell myself that when I go to college to beware of who you date. Hi.Ans asks, what's your favorite windows down, breeze in your hair, sip in your coffee, or iced tea jam? Either all the time jam or right now jam. Like whenever No Rain by Blind Melon comes on in the car, I full out go into jam mode. I'm like such a 90s grunge girl. So that is like my song. And when I hear it, I literally like blare it. Right now, I really love Luke Bryan's People Are Good. I love that song. Jessica Rose 1591 asks, could you suggest another show for me to watch? I'm almost done with Riverdale. I need to prepare myself. I feel like I've watched everything. Riverdale's so good. Alex and I are actually watching a show on Netflix called Slasher. So if you like horror movies, like slasher movies, it's like a show called Slasher, and it's pretty good. Style Mom XO asks, what do you see your future being? I see my future being with Alex, with Camden, and a few more kids. I would like 4 kids, at least 3 kids, but maybe 4. Hopefully in like a bigger house than this. Still being on YouTube because I love YouTube. I'm very passionate about it, and I want to continue doing it for as long as YouTube's around. Okay, so Love Peace Ashley asks, have you ever been arrested, or what's the most trouble you've ever gotten into? No, I've never been arrested. I've only gotten 1 citation for drinking when I was underage, and I actually got it maybe like a month before I turned 21. I was at a party, and it was in August. It was summertime, and the cops showed up, and I got a citation. But I probably ran from the cops in high school like more times than I can count. The cops in Montgomery County where I grew up, like, I guess they really didn't have too much to do, so they would just kind of like drive around and look for parties, and then they would see lots of cars around a house, and they would walk up to the door, and then they would bust the parties, and everyone in the house would just run like Forrest Gump. He would hop fences, and some of my friends even like walked into like other random houses or like knocked on the door and was like, can I hide out in here for a second? Like, it was crazy. But I ran so many times and I always got away, except for the one time I got the citation. Zoe.Elena asks, if you could change anything about your past, what would it be? Okay, so if it's something that I didn't have control of, then it would obviously be my dad passing away. That is the #1 thing that I would change about my past. But if it's something that like I could have controlled, then it would definitely be like dating my ex-boyfriend, because he was crazy and like psychotic and abusive, and that was just a huge mistake that I made for 3 years. So knowing what I know now, like if I could rewind and go back to when I was, you know, 18, 19 years old, I would have stayed far away from him. I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of questions about this like ex that I've brought up a couple times. I have talked about it a few times on my channel, and I do really want to do a story time on it at some point, but I don't think I'm ready quite yet to talk fully about it like in detail, because it was a really difficult, hard time in my life, and I just don't know if I'm ready yet. But I do eventually want to make a story time video about that relationship, because I think that it will help people. Anyone who's in a similar relationship or any kind of abusive relationship, whether it's physical or emotional or anything like that, if someone's with someone who is very manipulative and controlling like I was, I want to help them. And that is the only reason that I would ever share my story, because I think that it could help people. I know it could help people, but I don't think I'm there yet, you guys. I don't think I'm there yet. I mean, if that is something that you really want me to do, I will try and do it sooner rather than later, I'll try to just like, you know, work up the courage to make that video. Let me know in the comments below if that is a video that you would want to see and what exactly you'd want me to talk about, because I definitely am going to need to get like my thoughts together before making that video. Thank you guys so much for all of your questions. I really appreciate it, and I hope that I answered your question, and if I didn't, I will do another Q&A very soon. But don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to hit that little bell to turn your notifications on so that you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. I do post Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.